Skinner Park look like before? The infrastructure was obsolete. It was outdated. It was uncomfortable. But during the last administration, we took a decision not only to maintain or to rebuild, but to completely replace the structure that was here in Skinner Park. And in a time of significantly reduced revenue, because we prioritize spending taxpayers' money on taxpayers' interests, we were able to build this Skinner Park facility during that very difficult period. We are currently hosting in Trinidad, in South Trinidad, the T20 World Cup. And the only reason that we could be doing that is because you, the people, elected the PNM in 2015. And during that very difficult period, the PNM went back to the abandoned Brian Lara Stadium and built it. They had stolen out of it everything that wasn't nailed down. And we built it, and we built it better. Until today, the Brian Lara Academy's field is one of the premier cricket grounds in the world, staging world cricket. But if you go to the Hansard in the Parliament record, you will see it being said by the other group of parliamentarians as to why they could not and would not complete the Brian Lara Academy structure. They said, one, the ground could not hold a cricket pitch because the soil was bad and Manning chose the wrong place to build the Brian Lara Academy. They said the structures were engineeringly unsound, and if they had to be rectified, it would cost $200 million. What did the PNM do? After you elected us, we went back to that site and we built it for $80 million. So when you go home tonight, when you say your prayers, don't go to sleep, but say the prayers early, because we need your prayers for West Indies tonight against South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, in opposition, we have maintained our constitution, maintained our constitutional structure. As I speak to you now in government, all our party units are engaged in the democratic process of electing the next year's officers at every level. And soon you will be called to convention to elect your executive members of our party. And I can guarantee you that these standard operations will cause no upheaval, no disturbance in the PNM, because we are Eric Williams' party, the national movement. We are different. We are different. Ladies and gentlemen, it have some of them announcing party. They ain't have no music. They ain't have no venue. They ain't have no patron, but they have party. But that is okay. It is when they ask you to put the country, and that is when you should know joke is joke, but that kind of joke ain't no joke. This country requires serious leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been your Prime Minister for almost 9 years. I will start my 10th year in a few months. I have never been drunk on the job. Nobody is holding any secret from me with respect to my sexuality. Nobody is holding secret from me with respect to what financial gifts they have given me. The members of my cabinet, not one of them could say to me, if you move me, I go do this, I go do that. Because I move a minister or a senator, the only thing they could do is move to where we have no fear of that. And I say to this population, I say to this population, the time has come for you to take great care as to who you want to consider to run the affairs of state. There are some people who believe it's about giving a chance. Well, you've done that. You gave the NAR a chance, then went up Chancellor Hill. You gave something called the partnership with a chance, then emptied the treasury. You gave the PNM what you consider to be a chance, what we consider to be a well-earned victory in any election that we have contested. And on every occasion, we can point to how we have moved our country forward. But the French have a statement they make. They say, the more things change, the more they remain the same. And that is exactly what is happening now. When Dr. Williams formed this party, there were strong voices, some that believed they could control the media to use all those influences against the coming of the PNM. Dr. Williams was called a communist, and Catholics were encouraged not to vote for the PNM because Dr. Williams was a communist, and communists don't like God. That was in 1956. The PNM overcame that and won the election. When it was time, after Election Day in September 1956, to talk now about developing the country, those who had some money and had some business, they opposed to the ends of the earth the PNM's idea of the pay as you earn. But Dr. Williams and the PNM knew it was good and better for the country. So when we believe it's good and better for the country, even though there are some voices, sometimes loud voices, we proceed to do what we believe is right and in the best interest of all the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Today, that PAYE system is the revenue collection of income tax, which is a staple in government's revenues, and it funds your jobs and it funds the country's development program. None of them will come now and say, well, I support it. There were times when we were approaching the idea of independence. There were people in this country in positions of influence who opposed the idea of an independent Trinidad and Tobago. But the PNM pressed on. Who today is brave enough to stand up in front of this country and say that we do not want to be independent? Ladies and gentlemen, our history is long, it is broad, it is deep. So what you see happening today with this government where there are people who oppose every single thing that the government is trying to do, we simply say to them, Mass, we know you. Since 1956, that has been your position. Only on Friday, we passed in the parliament whistleblower legislation. And you know how it was passed? It was passed by the PNM saying that we will go it alone if we have to go it alone. But we did not walk alone. A member from Kumuto Manzanilla walked with the PNM in the interest of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Ladies and gentlemen, we know why those people do not want whistleblower legislation and protection for whistleblowers, because they are afraid of those who know what they know, that they will talk about who they know do what they did. And you know that too. Right now in the parliament, we have an investigation of parliamentary inquiry level, inquiring into the conduct of the largest contract ever awarded in this country, a contract of $7 billion under Kamla Prasad Bisesa and the UNC. The contractor went bankrupt in April of 2015. The day before the general election in September, they took out the clause in the contract and allowed the contractor to go away with $971 million. And if you don't believe me, look at the parliament and you will see people on bail in the parliament in a leadership production in the UNC. That could never happen in the People's National Movement. And I say to you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, if you don't stand up and demand high standards, you will have all these people who have been identified as having questions to answer, putting themselves forward, hoping that they would have poisoned you so much against the PNM that you will put their record aside, and for something that they say, you will vote for them. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say to you that the standard that you must subscribe to today is that regardless of what the political leadership says, no person in this country who has been arrested by the police for criminal conduct must be elected into this country's parliament. None of them. And that is nothing new. We of the PNM had 2 ministers of government who was lied upon by the UNC personnel. But once they were arrested, Eric Williams and Frankie Khan under the PNM had to leave the parliamentary work, had to leave this minister. They made allegations against Marlene. Marlene was in my cabinet, and once it was said that they had new information and Marlene had questions to answer, they went to her house at 4 o'clock in the morning and arrested her. I, as Prime Minister, had to take Marlene out of the cabinet. So we want no lower standard for anybody else. If they're a bunch of thieves, then the police will know that. If they are engaged in racketeering, the police will know that. But once the police act against them, they would be disqualified, and only you can disqualify them. We in the PNM, we have taken decisions, not all painless, but all in the interest of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. I know that you know that the government used to own a refinery. The government still owns it. As part of our country's management, the government closed down that refinery. The government paid the workers $2.7 billion in separation. The refinery has been there unutilized since 2018. You would have seen them in the parliament quarreling with us, saying that we're spending $1 million a year to keep the refinery clean and operational. But now that the government has said that we are looking at some people who may be interested in running the refinery because they may have the crude oil that we didn't have to run it. I hear one union leader singing Calypso, and in his Calypso tent, sending word for me to say that the government will not be allowed to dispose of the refinery without his and his friends' permission. Well, I want to tell him today, when you own your own refinery, the government wouldn't interfere with it. But the refinery that is owned by the people of Trinidad and Tobago, until you are in the government or the Prime Minister, go and sing your Calypso to your friends elsewhere and stop talking stupidness. In one month's time, the cabinet will put in place an evaluation team to evaluate the offers of those who think they could run the refinery and have the means to convince us that they are a good fit. And I expect that by the end of August, the government will be able to say to you, yes, we have a taker, or no, we have no taker. And that will have nothing to do with these mischievous troublemakers who believe that they could talk any nonsense anytime and the government will just sit back and take it. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't take them seriously. Last year, members of the legal profession got silk. Some of them were known UNC activists. One of them actually ran for the post of deputy chairman of the UNC last weekend. When they got silk, I didn't hear anybody accusing me of political bias. But when qualified PNM members of the profession, one who served as Attorney General for 5 years, had more law advanced to the Parliament than virtually any other Attorney General. The other one who fought on his legs to bring back millions of dollars to this country. When they were made senior counsel, I seen the political bias on behalf of the PNM. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I ignore that as Eric Williams ignored the obstructions before. I am proud that people of that quality found their way into the PNM, demonstrated their worth on behalf of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. The one thing that you are sure of, that I as Prime Minister will never take silk. Ladies and gentlemen, some of them only deserve crocus bag and blue duck, talking about silk. But ladies and gentlemen, it appears as though when they get the silk, the system good. But if any PNM person gets it, the system bad. You remember how they wanted the Prime Minister to give up the veto in the appointment of a commissioner of police. And all kind of good things would have happened when that would have been done. Well, they convinced Prime Minister Manning to do that. And that was the last time any smooth appointment of a commissioner of police took place in this country. You had a situation where 2 foreigners came in, you had to pay them millions to go home. Then you had another situation where one acting commissioner acted for a number of years until he retired. Another time, you hear they couldn't start the process. It was the government that you elected in 2015 that started the process and allow us now to have a commissioner of police. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been solving the country's problems one after the other. Whether it is in health, in education, in foreign affairs, in infrastructure, in national security, your government, the People's National Movement, with your support, we have not been afraid to engage. So today, I am particularly pleased with this turnout. I am buoyed up and strengthened by your support. I ask you to stand by, wait for the call, because in the middle of the night, the dawn may not be too far away. Ladies and gentlemen, whenever they are ready, THA election, by-election, general election, we will beat them in the east, we'll beat them in the west, we'll beat them in the north, and we'll massacre them in the south. Ladies and gentlemen, great is the PNM. Great is the PNM, great is the PNM, and we shall prevail.
What a leader! PNM people, what a leader we have! Sober leadership, inspirational leadership. Now the moment, another moment that you have been waiting for. Are you ready for the results? Are you ready for the results? To bring us the results today, I bring to you a man who you know, who has worked hard in this party for many years, the Minister of Youth Development and National Service, our General Secretary of this great PNM party. Bring him on, Minister Foster Cummings.
Great is the PNM. Great is the PNM. Great is the PNM. Ladies and gentlemen, the judges have produced the results, and I will start. And I will start with the best flag. In third place, first place, two constituencies, Aruka Maloney and W. O'Meara. Yeah! Could the MP for Aruka Maloney and the MP for W. O'Meara and the chairman of the PNM will give the prize.
This is the best day for me in the PNM. The two queens of the PNM.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the best king or queen, the constituency to take home that prize is W. O'Meara. in the tug of war. Tug of war. In first place, San Fernando East. We'll ask the Prime Minister to distribute that prize. Somebody from San Fernando East. The MP, Brian Manning.
San Fernando East, make some noise!
DJ Bravo, DJ Bravo, DJ Bravo, DJ Bravo. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows say Bravo, a champion, 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 champion.
We warming up.
Everybody knows Chris Kane is a champion.
We warming up. We go to the march past with 253 points. In third place in the march past from North Port of Spain, the constituency of Laventille East Morva. Where is Adrian Leons, or a member of the Laventille East constituency? Laventille East Morva. Is MP Leons around?
Well, since Laventille East Morva seems to have gone home, Diego Martin West will keep it.
Okay, while they come, we will move to second place with 260 points, coming out a neighboring constituency of mine, Aruka Maloney. And staying up in the east, with 267 points, Dabiri O'Meara.
DJ Bravo, DJ Bravo, DJ Bravo, DJ Bravo. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows say Bravo, a champion, 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 champion.
Dabiri O'Meara. Dabiri O'Meara, the champion.
Beanie a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Bunty.
Now we move to the overall winners of the PNM Family Day 2024. This constituency hold 260 points to place third for overall constituency Laventille East Morva.
PNM, them are the best. All the youths, new dance, they are like this. All the youths rocking with the PNM. Everybody rolling with the PNM. All the steppers moving with the PNM. With the PNM.
They're coming, they're coming. I was now going to say La Hokata would have taken it home.
All the youths and all the children. New dance for the PNM. For the PNM, for the PNM. Right foot, balize. Left foot, balize. Everybody just do the balize. Everybody just do the balize. Right foot, balize. Left foot, balize. Everybody just do the balize. The new dance is called the balize. Them other party can't test.
Laventille East Morva.
PNM is pure happiness.
Coming closely behind the constituency who placed second overall with 265 points, Aruka Maloney.
PNM. Them are the best. All the youths, new dance, they are like this.
She will get a body.
All the youths rocking with the PNM. Everybody rolling with the PNM.
And the overall winner,
with the PNM.
the constituency polling 281 points. Coming from somewhere in East Trinidad, the #1 place is a Dabadi O'Meara.
DJ Bravo, DJ
Short hands for the win.
Bravo, DJ Bravo, champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows that Bravo, a champion, 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 champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been a marvelous support. We thank you for supporting PNM Family Day 2024. Follow the PNM page and you will get information on our next political activity. Great is the PNM and it shall prevail. We have a cast of entertainment now available to you on the stage out at the field.
PNM people, you think we done? Join us at the main stage. College Boy Jesse, Charles Marshall, Viking Ding Dong. Join us at the main stage. Rafi B, Super Blue, and I, Sasha. On the main stage, celebrate with the PNM. Great is the PNM, and we shall prevail.
When we outside, it's our ocean and love.
PNM Sports, PNM Sports. All roads lead to Skinner Park this Sunday, June 23rd, as the PNM comes together as one for a day of fun and enjoyment. The event starts with a big red road race at 6 a.m. Then meet us at Skinner Park at 10 a.m. for the March Past, races, novelty events, and the much anticipated tug of war. See your MPs and councilors compete. Make it a family event. Bring the children to the Kids Village with bouncy castles, laser tag, and much more. Be there as political leader and Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Keith Rowley makes his address. Food and drinks will be on sale, and don't miss the after party with lots of popular artists. PNM family, come support your constituency at the PNM Sports and Family Day 2024. This Sunday, June 23rd, Skinner Park, San Fernando at 10 a.m. See you there. Great is the PNM.
Blessings on blessings on blessings. Blessings on blessings on blessings.